Hello. Everything is silly today. I started on the wrong Instagram account and I got a fuzzy stream on Facebook. So I'm back. I'm restarting the stream. Thank you all for being patient with me. I'm restarting the stream on Instagram too. Here we go. Witchy Weather Report. Going live. Let's see. Sincerely hoping that the stream improves. Hey Judith, meowie. Welcome. I have restarted the stream. I'm going to delete the old stream just so there's no confusion. Sassafras Tarot is live now. That stream looks better. Okay. Good. Okay. We're reading today with the Way Home Tarot. The Witchy Weather Report's getting started a couple minutes late because we had some streaming quality issues and I've restarted the stream. We just had a full moon last week. The moon is now waning. It's a good time to clear space, whether literally or figuratively in your life, getting rid of what no longer serves you so that you can clear space for what you want. Good, much better. I'm so glad. Finally found a cat emoji. Thank you for meowing. Thank you for meowing and showing up. Hello everybody. Hello Mary Jane. If you missed me before, it was because I was streaming accidentally on my music account on Instagram. I'm just having a morning. I'm amazing. By amazing, I mean sleepy and confused. I hope everyone is having a good morning with me. We're going to be reading today with the Way Home Tarot. All right, let's get things started. I just want to delete the old stream from my page so that no one gets confused and tries to go to the old stream. Okay. Why won't you let me delete it? Thank you. Okay. I'm going to pull a card for everyone at this time. I see some cats in the chat. So let me give you my spiel. Once a month, I go live at the end of the month, and I read for as many people as I can get to inside of an hour. So 11 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern time. You may be tuning in elsewhere, so it's within this space of this hour. And if you would like a card, we use a secret code, and the secret code is to drop a cat in the chat. So either put a cat emoji in the chat or write the word meow, and I will know to pull a card for you. You're welcome to include, if you have a specific question or specific topic you'd like me to read on, you're welcome to include that when you drop your cat in the chat so that I know. And we do that. We use the secret code just because it seems to help with spammers, especially on Facebook. We get a lot of spammers who come in and try to lure people away. And just so that you know, you will never, ever get a comment or message from me saying, DM me for a reading or pay me for a reading. That's something that spammers do. You can only get readings from my own links sent by me. So if you go to linktree.com/sassafras tarot, that is where you can order a reading from me. And you can see in the description of this, I have included a link to order a full monthly tarot weather report. And you can do that at tinyurl.com/yourtarotmonth. Those are my links. That is how you can buy a reading from me. You don't have to buy a card from me today. I offer these readings freely. So if you get someone in your DMs or somebody in your comments, they are probably not me. They're probably a scammer. This goes on with a lot of tarot readers on the internet, so I now have to do this disclaimer at the beginning of every single broadcast. And it's not just me. It's like any tarot reader. I guess it's kind of a compliment because if you have a big enough following that people are doing this, good. You know what I mean? But what can you do? Meowdy, partner. Hey, Jen. So good to see you. How are you? Good meowing. Okay, so let me pull a card for everyone. I'm reading today with the Way Home Tarot. We have the Hermit. This warms my little Virgo heart. We have the Hermit as our card for the month. So we are best served by cocooning and showing up for ourselves. The best wisdom that we can give to ourselves is our own inner wisdom. But importantly, we can't access our inner wisdom if we're on mode all the time, if we're extroverting, if we're peopling, if we're doing a ton of different activities. We need to give ourselves the recharge. We need to give ourselves sleep, and we need to give ourselves rest and downtime, not just that involves like physically sleeping and physical rest. We need to give ourselves rest where we rest our mind, where we're not expecting ourselves to be either productive or socially on 24/7. So we need some alone time, and especially some replenishing alone time. Not alone time that involves like doom scrolling, but alone time that involves us showing up for ourselves and our self-care. And that can mean different things for different people, right? What is self-care to you? Self-care can look like journaling. It can look like taking a walk. It can look like so many different things. You know what refills your cup. And it's a good time to refill your cup because you have inner wisdom that's available to you, and you can't access it if you're constantly pouring from an empty cup. Speaking of which, hydration checkpoint, everybody. So that's the energy of this month. Make sure, even though the summer tends to be a very busy time, make sure you're getting your downtime in August, and make sure that it's good downtime, that you're taking good care of yourself. Cheers. Good time to ask you my standard 3 questions at the beginning of every broadcast. Question 1, where are you tuned in from today? I am broadcasting from Long Island, New York. I'm in my feminist fairy cave. These are my self-care succulents. Question 2, what you sipping on? I am sipping on water from a glass with a boat on it. Ooh. Question 3, how are you feeling today? I want the real answer, not the polite answer. For realsies, how are you feeling? We support each other on my broadcast. How are you feeling? I am feeling a little overwhelmed because I have a busy weekend ahead of me. I picked up a couple gigs at the last minute, so I'm having to recalibrate some stuff. I have a podcast later today as well. I will be broadcasting live if you're a patron. And for everyone else, you'll be seeing the podcast probably drop Monday or Tuesday of this week by following Sassafrascast anywhere you listen to podcasts. And I'm feeling like I'm in that mode of like, I've got plenty to do. What's the next thing? So that is how I am feeling this morning. And I'm trying to put myself in a more lovey, receptive place because I think that is a good and helpful energy. Tuned in, drinking water, doing well. Drinking coffee from my queen mug. Yes, we love it. Oh my gosh, my back is out and I'm pissed off at a standstill. I'm so sorry, Mary Jane. Please take good care of yourself. That is tough. Tuned in from San Antonio. I love having people tuned in from different locations. Drinking a shaken brown sugar espresso. We love it. Completely drained and desperate to go full sushi cat, curled up in a blanket and resting. I love that expression. I too could use a couple of sushi cat days. And we recommend it at this point. Give yourself some sushi cat days. The card of the month is the Hermit. So everybody, your personal goal for August is to spend some time sushi catting. Wrap yourself up in a blanket and be cozy. Mary Jane, Judith is sending you healing for your achy back. I love this group of people. I love how I'm always like a go-between as people are like sending good energy and sending hellos to people. It makes me really happy. Okay, so if you would like a card, if you have not already, let me know. The secret code is to drop a cat in the chat. Either write the word meow or put a cat emoji and I will know to pull your card. You're welcome to add if you have a particular question or topic at that time. Let me know. I'm going to start off with Mary Jane. What's coming up with photography? And I'm just scrolling to see if there's anyone else on Instagram. That's it right now. Mary Jane says, love back to you, Judith. Hey, Zoe, you sure can. Meow, meow. Coffee from a Gumby and Pokey mug. That takes me back to my childhood. I love Gumby and Pokey. And that yellow dinosaur they were friends with, was his name Prickle? Was he a bit grumpy? I just remember that dinosaur and feeling like he was an important part of the story. Feeling surprisingly focused. What a mood. What a mood on a Saturday morning. Okay, Mary Jane's question is, What's coming up with the photography? I love this question. It's very specific. The answer is the Ace of Pentacles. So we have some new opportunities, and they may even involve money, because Ace of Pentacles is like kind of a money vibe. So we have some opportunities coming up. Possibly they involve money. If not money, then they're still useful, because pentacles are useful. So it may be that it's not about money. It may be that it's useful in terms of growing something that you want to grow in your photography world, in your photography career. So we see that there's like literally a growth energy with the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles represents new growth in the areas that are practical and straightforward. So we have growth oriented opportunities coming to you. I think that's about as good as it gets. So I recommend to you to think about how it is that you want to grow, and how it is that you want to show up for your photography, and how it is that you'd like to see your photography trajectory, because you are going to get some opportunities, and you might as well kind of weigh in with yourself and the universe about that. For those who tuned in recently, our card for everyone is the Hermit, meaning it's a good time to sushi cat in August. Sushi cat is our official vocabulary word, brought to you by Jen. Sushi cat yourself, meaning wrap yourself up in a blanket and be restful. Because when we show up for our self-care and true rest, real rest, you know the difference between real rest and like either doom scrolling or being like, I'm not really working, but I could get a few things done. That's not real rest. Show up for your true rest, because that's how we access our inner wisdom. Let's see who is next on deck. Jen, let me know. Jen Cork tuned in over on Instagram. Let me know if you'd like a card. You can drop a cat in the chat. Judith is up next with a cat, followed by Brittany. And there are more people who have put cats in the chat. Don't worry, I will definitely get to you. I'm a kitty and I want sushi. Biggest mood, Judith. Judith, your card is the Ten of Swords. Let's talk about grief, baby. Let's talk about letting yourself feel your shit, because you have the shit. It's cumulative too. So the most recent thing, and I know you are doing some grieving, and I know that it's hit you kind of hard. The most recent thing, it's not just about the most recent thing. It's that it opened up the wound, and it opened up like almost like pieces of yourself that haven't fully healed, that you've kind of just let scar over. And so it's a good time to take it very slow and lovingly. Your own self is your healing, right? Because we have the Hermit for this month. You have the keys to your own healing. You possess them. But in order to use and access them, you have to be kind to yourself and give yourself the rest you need to find those keys. And you have to become a lock, right? We talk about finding the key all the time, and that means we need a lock, right? You have to be willing to unlock yourself, meaning you have to be willing to open up. And it's important for you right now to let yourself feel your stuff, including your dark stuff, not to try to shove it under the rug, not to try to hold it all together for everyone. It's time to like let yourself feel things, and that can include letting yourself feel endings. If there are people and situations in your life that are continually kind of poking at certain wounds, this is your reminder from the universe that you don't have to just let that be a thing, that you're allowed to distance yourself. And if it doesn't make sense for you to make a solid, like, this is it, it's all over, no contact ending, you can do a low contact ending. You can say, I have boundaries with these people, and I only pick up the phone or talk to them or see them when it feels good to me. I am the arbiter of things. When I feel like I'm able to have a good conversation and walk away feeling good instead of feeling like I'm in emotional turmoil. We have to take very big care of our emotions this month, so I hope that you will. The Loch's Nest Monster. Yes. Brittany says you need to take your own advice and sushi cat yourself, Rory. Thank you. Thank you. I will. Thank you for the sushi cat permission. Sushi Cat Permission is the name of my new ska band, by the way. Next up, we have Brittany. Brittany, your card is the Ace of Swords. We have big breakthrough energy available to you. So here's what you need to know. I see your cat in there, Jen Cork. You're on deck. There's a few people ahead of you, but I promise I will get to you. So Brittany, what you need to know with the Ace of Swords is that you have breakthroughs available to you, and they're very simple and very clear. So don't deceive yourself, because the truth is simpler than you think, not necessarily more complicated. Trust yourself that you can get the breakthrough that you need, that you can come to the conclusion that you need. And how do we do this? We take care of ourselves. It's Sushi Cat Month here at Sassafras Tarot. Give yourself that loving self-care time and allow yourself to do the things that will help you have that breakthrough. That breakthrough might look like something that comes for you in journaling or in therapy or in just kind of deep listening to yourself, or it might come naturally if you're just willing to be a little more open and checking in with yourself and your feelings, especially as you go about your day and experience different things. So we have breakthroughs available to us. That means open your mouth and start talking. How do you access your inner wisdom? Is it by talking to yourself? Is it by talking to others? Is it by journaling? Is it by sitting in stillness? There is no wrong answers. We all answer our inner wisdom in different ways, and it might be a good task if you're not sure to try some of these things out and see what really works for you, right? This is how we connect with our intuition. Do I connect with my intuition by talking it out with somebody, by writing in a journal, by asking the universe, by movement? How do we do it? How do those realizations come up? There's no wrong answer, just pay attention. Pay attention to when the next time you do get like kind of a good realization, where are you and what are you doing? Do more of that, you get good realizations. Okay. Judith says, good meowing to all sassafraslings. I love it. Calling from rooftops. Good meowing, my friends. Let's see who is on deck. Okay, we got meows from Judith. We got a meow from Brittany. We got Meowdy Partner. We got a meow from Angie. And then we got a meow from Jen. So Angie and Jen on deck. Nancy, my love, do you want a card? Because I see your comments, but I don't see a cat from you. Let me know. You know I'm always happy to give you a card. Okay, Nancy and Jen. Did I say? I said the wrong thing. My poor brain. Angie and Jen are on deck. Okay, Angie, pulling a card for you, my dear. Meowdy Partner. Angie, we have the Father of Wands, big fire energy. I'm asking you to embody this energy right now. Embody the energy of the Father of Wands, or you might choose to think of them as the Fire King. You are the Fire King you wish to see in this world. It's time for you to step up and be the person who has big intensity of emotion and big intensity of vision. So the Father of Wands is a visionary. The Father of Wands shows up and is like, this is the way. Follow me or don't follow me. And the Father of Wands, as a result, is very charismatic. We know this is independent of gender. It's just about this embodiment, this physical bodied embodiment of like, this is the trajectory, this is where we are going. It's time for you to embody where you are and where you're going and embody that journey. It's time for you to almost be the car that you are driving to your destination. And the Father of Wands knows they don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone either. So it is time for you to literally pull up in your vehicle, in your spiritual imaginary vehicle, and be like, get in, losers, we're healing from past traumas and doing the thing. What is the thing? What are you creating? I know you're doing a lot. I know you're doing that sticker campaign for to get the vote out. I know you're doing many things to kind of create in your life what you wish to see. Now is the time to be visionary and truthfully, like a little self-involved about it. And I don't say that in a negative way, but I do say it knowing that many people who were raised a certain way actually are less self-involved than they should be. And what I mean is that many of us are the type of people who always check in with everybody. Am I allowed to feel this? Am I allowed to want this? Am I allowed to have a vision? Be a little more in yourself. Yes, you're allowed to feel it. Feel it big. Yes, you're allowed to have a vision. Dream it big. Yes, you're allowed to want it. Want it big and loudly. It's time to raise your voice. It's time to let people know this is the vision. You're with me or you're not with me. But if you're with me, get in the damn car. That is the energy for you this month, Father of Wands. Remember to continue to take on that self-care, because that is energy that you put out into the world, and you need to simultaneously, or, during the same course of time, you need to also be refilling your own cup. Okay. So there. Next up, we got Jen McPhail. What steps should I take to recenter myself this month? Got 2 Jens in the chat, so there's Jen disambiguation taking place. It feels like I'm back in middle school, because everybody in that like span of years named their kids Jen, and there was like Gen M and Gen C, etc. So this is for Jen McPhail. What steps should I take to recenter myself this month? I love these types of questions. Reception is so bad, I'm going to have to replay. Is anyone else having a hard time seeing and hearing the video? I recognize that if I'm asking you, you may or may not know. But I do suggest, if you're having a hard time seeing and hearing, to try another channel. Because I'm on Twitch, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on YouTube. So if one of those places is bad, the other might be good. So let me know. You may want to try over on Instagram or try over on YouTube or something like that. Not having a problem here. Okay, that's good to know, Judith. So Facebook seems to be in the clear, at least. Although, who knows? I know it's everyone's individual internet connection, too. Okay, so same, there were 5 Jennifers in my class growing up. Yes, exactly. What steps should I take to recenter myself this month? Jen, the devil. It's not time to turn away from the fear stories. It's not time to turn away. Oh, pretty smooth on Instagram, Jen Quirk is saying. So if you need options, Facebook and Instagram seem to be doing well. That's one of the reasons I stream in multiple places, because on any given day, one of them might be a hellscape. So Jen McPhail, it's not time to turn away from the fearscape that is kind of pulling at your mind. It's not time to turn away from the fears and kind of like the inner circus that is pulling at your attention, right? Because the devil, I love the representation on this card because it does feel like a circus. And what I mean by that is we all have a place we go when we are not feeling our best and our thoughts start to take over in a negative way, and we start to have the what ifs, and we start to have our common fear stories, and we start to have the, oh my God, it's always like this, da 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 da. We start to have those stories that we tell ourselves. It's an internal circus, right? And it's like the ringleader starts up and everyone's like, here we go again on this crazy ride, And it's not time to ignore the inner circus. It's time to learn from the inner circus, because you are actually having a cycle where the universe is giving you a chance to level up. The universe is giving you an opportunity to see the circus and make new choices, right? You're no longer just a passive ticket holding member going like, okay, here's the circus again, here we go. Instead, you can be the ringleader, right? You are the person in charge. So you can be like, okay, I'm seeing the sights, right? And some of them are hard and some of them are easy to deal with and some of them are very predictable, but I don't have to make the same choices. I don't have to go around the merry-go-round again. I can make new choices this time, and the quickest way to break out of a cycle is to make a different choice than you would have before, and it doesn't even have to be a good one. If like what I mean is it doesn't even have to be a choice that's like, yes, this is the empowered spiritual choice. It could just be different, right? If you have always been a people pleaser before and the choice has always been, what does everyone else need? You don't have to do a complete 180 if that's really hard for you. The different choice could just be going like, I'm gonna sushi cat for a day instead of going and seeing everybody. Or it could be, I'm gonna announce what I want before I ask what everyone else wants. And it's like, these small little choices can make things really easy. It could even be, I'm asking a different question, right? So let's make small different choices as we go around the merry-go-round, Jen, and just observe. Let yourself see how it changes your experience. Let yourself see if you make literally any other choice, and you don't even have to pressure yourself for it to be perfect, right? You don't have to be like, well, what would the right thing be to do? Just make a new choice. Just try something new. Just throw stuff against the wall. I guarantee you will get a different experience, and just take note of what happens. This is how we break out of cycles. That is the energy. And it's really powerful, because when we make those new choices and we break out of a cycle, we realize, oh, it doesn't have to happen the same way every time. And even if the new choice we made didn't give us like a mind-blowing result, just the fact that we're like, wait, it doesn't have to be that way every time, right? We make the connection, and then we're able to break free. Margaret just messaged she's having techno issues, but is here and would like a card. Hi, Margaret. Jen says, dude has been following me around this year. It's been a super anxiety year, so I'm not surprised they're showing up again. Yeah, I feel your pain. You know I do. You know we're on a wavelength there, Jen. I'm sending you lots of love. Mary Jane says, I so love your glasses. Thank you, Mary Jane. And Jen says Facebook was good, Instagram was a little rough. So it's, it all depends, I guess, on how things are coming in for different people. So if one outlet isn't working, try another. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. I'm on all the places. If one gets a little funny, try another one. All right, let's see who is on deck. We got Lana, and then we got Zoe, and then we got Jen Cork. That's 3. Lana, Zoe, Jen, Cork. I know there's maybe more people, but that's who will fit in my brain at the moment. But first, let me let you know. First of all, hydration checkpoint. Secondly, if you would like to order a full monthly weather report for me for the month of August, those orders are now open, and they will close on the 1st because I will make everyone's video. So once a month, I do monthly weather reports for everybody. I go week by week. So each week you have a card with the energy of the week, and I also share with you how you can harness that energy for your highest good. I also include a few extra cards to tell you this is the vibe, this is the energy you want to bring to the world this month for your own best interest, and this is not the vibe, this is the pattern you want to stay away from, right? So it both gives you a good week by week weather report of what's coming up, and it also tells you here's how to harness it, right? Here's how to move forward in your power instead of in your stress. So if that is of interest to you, I do those for $37. It's like a cheap, easy reading, and I send them to you in video form so that you can watch them again and again throughout the month, and also with an image so that you can look at the cards. So if that's of interest to you, it's tinyurl.com, your tarot month. You will see that it says Sassafras Tarot on there. That's me. It is me. It's real. I always do these kind of disclaimers because I don't want anyone to ever get taken in by scammers. I'm not some fly-by-night person asking you to just Venmo me. You can order a full monthly tarot weather report there at tinyurl.com/your tarot month. And I would love to do that. I'm getting ready to do the August ones on August 1st. So I always love doing this every month. I do it for myself as well and a few friends, and I always compare notes. I'm like, oh, I'm in my 9 of Swords week. I really am. What are you, So if you're interested, you can do that. Okay. Next up. We got Lana. Then we got Zoe. Then we got Jen Cork. Hydrating with quesadillas. Are you eating liquid quesadillas? Or you're also having hydration while you have your quesadilla? I love a quesadilla. I'm very excited. I hope it's delicious. I want a quesadilla right now. Okay, Lana, pulling a card for you. Let me see if Lana had a particular question or just asked for a card. I just see cats. Okay, cool. Lana, pulling your card. Next up, Zoe, and then Jen Cork. By the way, if you're on Instagram, any of the things I mentioned, any of the links, you can find at the link in my bio. That's also a good way to know it's me, because linktree.com/sassafrastarot, that's what goes in the bio. Those are my links. They are not a scammer. It's so sad that there's so many scammers around, and I never want people to lose their money to one. Oh my gosh, thank you, Jen. Okay. We have the Lovers. Lana, we have the energy of the Lovers. Look at these beautiful, these are 2 doves or pigeons. Did you know pigeons are actually a type of doves? They're called rock doves. And they're just showing up for each other. They're doing a little kiss in midair. It's important to note that they're both flying. They're going in different directions. So growth with your loved ones is not always parallel, but you are always willing to meet in the middle. That is kind of the energy of the Lovers. And it's about leaning into what really, really matters with you. So whether this is about a love relationship that is primo for you, that is important, where you can have a lot of growth, or it's about leaning into what you love. What do you love? What gets your attention in a good, healthy way every time, Lana? Yeah, pigeons are dove. Pigeons are rock doves. That is the, I don't know, species designation or something of a pigeon. They are a type of dove. So maybe that'll make you like pigeons a little better. I'm always people campaigning for awareness about pigeons and how they're not that bad. I like pigeons. So Lana, what is it that you love and you feel passionate about that lights you up? Because that is where your focus should be. It may be another person, it may be family, or it may be a cause or a creative outlet, right? For me, the lovers often comes up with my art, with my music, because it's my calling. It's who I am. It's a partnership I will be in for the rest of my life. So the lovers does represent it. Lean into that partnership, Lana. You're not in this alone. You can grow through duality right now. You can grow by showing up for what you love. Okay. Zoe has a meow in the chat. I am ready. Pull a card for you, Zoe. Welcome. Hey, Focus NYC. How you doing? Great concert series. Zoe, then Jen Cork, you are on deck. Zoe, here is your card. We have the Ace of Wands. Burn it all down. Seriously, the Ace of Wands is a fiery card. So we have this lit match, and then we have this triangle. What happens when the fire gets down to the triangle is that things begin to expand very quickly, right? Is that things begin to catch fire. Now, that's in a positive way, right? When I say catch fire, most people are like, ooh, stressful. So wands are transformative energy, right? The element of fire is transformative, and that can feel scary and chaotic. When we have a fire within us, right? That's what we want to think of, the inner fire. When there's a fire burning within us, that means we make shit happen when we alchemize and actualize that fire. So you have the fire within you already, and all your job is to stoke it, because things will begin to happen around your inner fire. You will get the opportunity to leave your mark on the world, to create transformation in your life, and in so doing, in the lives of others. Now, often fire is creative. It is often also destructive, and a little bit it's samey, right? Because this is the thing. We can't create endlessly. Am I going to go down the myth of corporate capitalism? Yeah, we can't have nothing but growth forever, because then what actually happens is we run out of resources, right? When we have unchecked growth forever and ever, then the population gets too big, and then you have all the deers on Long Island getting hit by cars because they don't have enough resources, and there's nobody, and they don't have any natural predators. So it's not about creating more and more. It's about creating and destructing in a good way, in a way that's healthy, because everything has its cycle. It's about, I want this in my life, not this. I want to create this experience for myself, and I'm going to bail on this experience. So as we bring in the new, we're making room for the old. Or we're making room by removing the old. Pardon my brain and my words. So right now, you have an opportunity to really create transformation in your life that means some new coming in, and it means getting rid of some old. And all you really need to do is be in alignment with what you want. Wands is a fiery action element. You don't have to sit there and make a list, which I would do as a Virgo. Instead, you just need to tune into what you're passionate about and let yourself be loud and be passionate about it. And that is how the change occurs. Okay? Okay, next up we got a card for Jen Cork. Then we got some more people I know on deck. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you missed it, our card of the month is the Hermit. August is the official Sushi Cat month here at Sassafras Tarot. There's no if. Treat yourself like a sushi cat, meaning wrap yourself up like a blanket burrito and be nice to yourself. We need rest at this time. There's a lot that's been going on for many of us, and we need to give ourselves recharge. There's probably enough going on in your life, if you're anything like me and the people that I know, that you can't sushi cat 24/7. We need to create spaces for ourselves to give ourselves that rest and true downtime, true rest, so that we can tune into our inner wisdom. We can't access our inner wisdom if we're always running around doing. So we need to give ourselves true rest and true alone time where we get to commune with ourselves, not just recover. Think about that. so that we can access our inner wisdom. Jen, 6 of Cups for you. Look at these beautiful pink cups. You, at this time, you benefit from emotional generosity, emotional give and take, spending time especially around your loved ones that really make you feel like your cup is full. Now, everybody has different relationships. The 6 of Cups can mean things like family and nostalgia and childhood, but those aren't always rose-colored experiences for everyone. So when these Cups cards come up, I like to talk about chosen family. I like to talk about, even like with 6 of Cups, legacy. We're both musicians, and I think a lot about the people who came before me and kind of paved the way, as well as being a way paver for the people who will come after me. And that energy is embodied in the 6 of Cups. It's that beautiful sense of community and giving and paying it forward, right? So we're giving and receiving with the 6 of Cups. We don't want to get too stuck on either one. We don't have to give all the time. We don't have to receive all the time. Even if we're feeling like we're in a needy period of life, there are ways in which we can help other people that are easy for us but hard for them, right? And that's the name of the game. It might be easy for you to use something that comes as naturally to you as breathing to help another person. And it might be easy for them to use something that comes as naturally to them as breathing to help you, and both of you get a big benefit in the process, right? An example is if I'm helping like someone with their website or something like that. I'm a computer nerd, and if someone's like, this thing is a little messed up and it might take me 2 minutes to fix, where it might cause them hours of frustration, me showing up and being like, just do this, will help them and save them a world of trouble. And for me, it's literally 2 seconds of accessing my brain, right? So that's the kind of help that we love with the 6 of Cups. We love seeing ourselves be like, I can help you in a really simple way. And it's not simple to you, it's big to you. So I give you this gift, right? We give each other gifts, and they may be practical, they may be emotional. Just the gift of showing up with love in your heart for someone is the real energy of the 6 of Cups. So show up with love in your heart for your true community. All right, I know we got a couple more people on deck. Thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of this. If you're a patron, I will let you know I am doing the Sassafras live recording broadcast at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. So about an hour and a half after this, I'm having lunch in between. Maybe you will too. But just to let you know that broadcast is coming up. For everyone else, there will be a new podcast dropping Monday or Tuesday. All right. Let's see. Did we get to Nancy? No, we still have Nancy. Okay, so Nancy's on deck and Margaret is on deck. Is there anybody else? I'm checking. Okay. Nancy and Margaret both on deck. If anyone else would like a card, feel free to drop a cat and let me know. If we have extra time today, I may even pull a card for myself. Oh no. Lately I've been getting, like you, Jen, I've been getting a lot of the oh shit cards lately, and it's because it's an oh shit period in my life, to be quite honest with everybody. We all go through them. It doesn't help to do the spiritual bypassing and be like, oh, everything's fine, I'm positive, positivity vibes only, right? Like, if you're in an oh shit moment, sometimes you gotta own it, and just, we learn. That's when the rubber hits the road, and we learn if the skills and lessons we've learned along the way are the right thing to get us through, or if we have to make some changes. So we'll find out. Okay, Nancy, I'm pulling a card for you. Nancy, your card is the 5 of Wands. Many cooks in the kitchen, many people taking aim with their opinions, their important opinions. Oh my gosh, it feels like Facebook commenting on politics, right? Everybody's got ideas. Everybody thinks their ideas are super right, and everyone else might be stupid, right? That's the energy of the 5 of Wands. So there's a lot of literal energy flying around with this card, because people are passionate about what they believe. It's not just what they think, it's what they believe. Everyone believes that they're right. They believe they're doing their best. Remember, people make emotional choices, not rational choices. Human beings are capable of rationality. It is reasoning is a skill that we possess. However, most of our choices are not reasoned out. And often, even when we think we're being rational, there's a lot of emotion playing in. That's not a negative thing, by the way. Like, the demonization of our emotions and the attitude that like only reason can arrive at the right choice is a little bit patriarchal. I'll just say it. I'm just dropping it today. You know, like it's rooted in misogyny, where we associate the emotional with femininity and we associate rational with masculinity, as opposed to not just as that like super sexist, right? Because both men and women, people of all genders, can be both emotional and rational, and are. But humans in general are emotional beings, and that's not a character flaw, right? It gives us compassion. It gives us the opportunity to feel our way through a situation and access our intuition and instincts instead of having to arrive at the correct answer before we can act. Reasoning is a uniquely human skill, and there's certainly other species that possess it, like corvids are really smart, you know, higher primates are really smart. But there's a lot of animals that just get by in the animal kingdom without reasoning. They're kind of making their decisions on impulse, and it's not actually a wholly bad thing. So remember that people are making their decisions not necessarily on their logic and their reason and rationality, but on what they feel. A lot of people feel very strongly, so they take aim. They're like, this, right? And that can mean they're being reactive. They're just throwing stuff against the wall. They're just like, this is how I feel in the moment. Doesn't mean they'll feel the same way in 10 minutes. And your job is to simply be a very direct archer in your targeting. You know what you want, and check in with yourself and know with your thoughts and your feelings what is important to you and how you wish to act and how you wish to show up. And as you do so, you take aim and you launch once, right? As opposed to all the people around you who are like throwing arrows left and right. I think this, it should be this way, blah, 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 right? Your focus is inward, and you are focusing on taking aim exactly where you want to take aim and letting it fly. That is the energy of you for this month, Nancy. Hey, Chaka. I got to Ange. I did not get a card for you yet. I will pull a card for you after whoever's after Nancy. I saw... yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't see your meow earlier. I saw Ange's meow, so I'm sorry if I missed you, Chaka. I apologize. So, okay, got a meow for Nancy, and then I have Margaret, and then I have Chaka. That's who is on deck. And Angie, you were one of the earlier ones that I read, so I want to say rewind like it's 1996. Go back and listen to the replay for yours, because it's a good one. You're the Father of Wands, and I'm excited about you being the Father of Wands, Angie, so make sure you replay for that. Okay, Margaret, I'm pulling a card for you, my dear. A lot of tech issues today. Mercury's not even in the microwave. I don't even know, y'all. I don't even know. We're all just muddling through. We're all just doing our best. Margaret, this card is for you. It's the Sun. This is the energy I associate with you, Margaret. I associate this loving consciousness with you because you show up with your eyes wide open and your heart wide open, and you see things as they are, and you choose to be loving anyway. And that embodies to me what I was talking before about humans not making all their decisions based on rationality, and that actually be a good thing, right? We don't just make our decisions with the thoughts in our heads. We make our decisions with the feelings in our heart, and that's good. And that's something that you do and you model very well. You choose to nurture the light. You choose to nurture compassion and kindness. And that's the energy here. We have the Sun. You're meant to shine brightly, Margaret. You are meant yourself to be nurtured. You are meant yourself to receive warmth and light at this time. You are meant yourself to also be like a torchbearer, a way shower for people. And I encourage you to take wonderful care of yourself as you do this, because some of what you are seeing, you get clear clarity during this time. And some of that clarity will show you that there are people who do not have your best interest at heart, people who will, for their own reasons, not treat you the way you deserve to be treated. And I hope you will make the choice to care for yourself very, very scrupulously around those people, both with things like boundaries and with things like self-replenishment and refilling your cup, because you, A, you deserve that, and B, it allows you to be your brightest self, right? When we are spending our energy kind of in the trenches with unhealed people doing bullshit, then we don't get to shine our brightest selves. We're just too busy. We're expending energy just kind of getting by. So I encourage you to create strong boundaries and strong self-care so that you can be your shiniest, brightest light during this next month. Yay, Margaret. I agree. Be kind. Rewind. All right, Chaka, pulling a card for you. And then we're almost at the end. I'll pull a card for me. I will reiterate our card for the month for everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in this month. It's been all over the place with tech being weird for a lot of us. I don't know why. Everything's silly. I'm just doing my best, and I'm sure y'all are too. Thank you for muddling through with me, because at the end of the day, isn't that what we're kind of doing in life? Every friggin' moment. Chaka, 4 of Swords. What serves you best is rest. Right now, this is a big reinforcement card for you, because our card for everyone is the Hermit, right? That self-care. Everybody needs to sushi cat this month. You especially, Chaka, need to sushi cat. The 4 of Swords means that you need some time in the easy bake oven. You need rest, you need physical rest, and you need mental rest. There's been a great deal of processing, so it's important for you to create for yourself, and only you can do this because only you know what it is that works for you, right? We're all individuals. To create for yourself soothing circumstances where you can just be one with yourself and be kind to yourself and allow yourself to kind of experience and process. And a lot of this is going on subconsciously, right? Like the 4 of Swords literally tends to depict characters that are asleep. More sleep is favored. If you don't usually get enough sleep at night, or even if you do, get more. Right? If you usually do get a good 8 hours, try for 9. There's nothing wrong with getting more sleep. People like to demonize sleep. Sleep's great. Sleep heals our body and our mind. Get more sleep. Like, if you did nothing else, just get more sleep. And also spend more time in activities that are replenishing inward rather than pushing outward. So things like meditation are favored. Things like returning to comfort media is favored. Things like restorying yourself. In other words, literally finding stories, songs, shows that show you the world the way you wish to live in it, and show you remind you who you are, and remind you who you wish to be, and remind you of your ideals and your values. Those things are important to refill your cup at this time. So it is more about downtime. It is less about putting out. It is more about creating circumstances for self-replenishment during this month. And that brings me back to our card of the month for everyone. It's the Hermit. Our wisdom comes from within this month. Everyone and their mother has big opinions. We're seeing them fly across our screen on the daily. Your inner wisdom is the wisdom you should most pay attention to. That doesn't mean you can't pay attention to what's going on in the world or what other people think, but at the end of the day, you are the arbiter of your truth. You have to let your inner wisdom make the choices, and if you feel muddled, self-care is always the correct choice. It's always a good time to refill your cup, because you can't make good decisions if you're not caring for yourself. Remember, human beings possess the capability of reasoning, but we are not always rational creatures. In fact, we're not even mostly rational creatures. We require care, we require love, we require compassion. So show those things to yourself that you may be better able to show them to others, and that you may be able to bring your best self to the table. That is my journey for all of us this month, the Hermit. I'm going to pull a card for myself. Look, y'all, it's the Ace of Pentacles. I, too, have opportunities. I forget who else got this card. I think it was Mary Jane. I, too, have opportunities to create growth in my life this month, to nurture the thing I want to nurture and create practical growth for myself. It's very new. It's kind of a fledgling thing. I need to put attention on it. I need to put time and energy into what I need to grow and nurture this month. That's my card for me. I don't always pull a card for me, but I had time today. Oh, Ondine, I got time for you. Hi, welcome. I assume, should I assume that you want a card, Ondine? I'm thinking you probably do, but let me make sure. I was just telling everybody how I'm doing my monthly weather reports for August, and Ondine is getting one, and I am so grateful, Ondine, that I get to pull these cards for you all the time. You are someone I've been reading for such a long time, and you're someone I've been friends with for a long time, and I'm always grateful just to get to check in with you. I miss your face. I hope you're well. Anyway, if anyone else would like to order their August tarot report, I will be posting about it once or twice between now and then, but the doors are open for it. If you want your August tarot report, it's $37, or if you wish to subscribe and save, it's $27 a month, and then you'll just get one from me automatically every month on the first in your inbox. And I'll give you like a week by week, here's the month, here's what you can expect of this month, as well as, importantly, some cards so you can harness it. It's not just like what's coming up, it's what can I do about it. It's what's coming up and how can I move my goals forward. It's what's coming up and what pitfalls should I avoid. It's what's coming up and how can I show up for my highest good. That's the energy. So if you're interested, it's tinyurl.com, your tarot month. I'll be doing those on August 1st and sending out videos and photos of your readings to everybody. Anyway, pulling a card for Ondine, and then we will get going. Thank you so much for tuning into the Witchy Weather Report. Y'all are wonderful. Okay, Ondine, your card is the Empress. We have the Empress. What we want to grow comes directly out of our heart this month. That's like a theme that really is emerging. It's about our hearts, not our heads. This is for everybody. It's about our hearts, not our heads right now. There's a lot to think about. There's a lot to process intellectually happening in our world, but we have to bring our hearts into the equation, because if we don't, we miss a big important part of the meaning, right? Rational thought can tell us a lot of facts, but we require the human heart to make meaning. So it's important for us to make sure our heart enters into our decisions. That involves taking good care of our heart so that it can. Now, Ondine, for you, you're growing a big, beautiful forest out of your heart. So your heart already naturally influences your decisions by being this fertile ground. This is big Cancer energy, being this fertile ground for things to grow out of. And I especially see this in you as someone who is big-hearted and also very practical-minded. That really describes the Empress to a T. It's that mix of water and earth, right? And when we plant things and water them, we get beautiful, nourishing growth. So what I want to ask you, Ondine, in the coming month is, what growth do you want to nourish? What growth in your heart do you want to nourish? Can you nourish your own heart this month? Can you see what grows in the garden when you deliberately decide to tend to your own heart first? That is my big question for you. What grows in the garden when you tend your own heart consistently and lovingly? Consistency is a big one with the Empress, because it's not just like, oh, how are you feeling right now? I'm here for you. It's every single day we check in with how we're feeling, and every single day we give ourselves the simple basic care that will allow us to feel more stable so that we can open up our hearts. What happens this month, Ondine, if you lovingly tend to your heart like the garden that it is every single day as a primary important practice? That is my question for you. Treat it like an experiment. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in for the Witchy Weather Report. My name is Rory. I will be doing this again in about 1 month's time. If you want more, subscribe to Sassafras Cast. There will be a new episode dropping on Monday. Search Sassafras Cast anywhere that you listen to podcasts, or, you can see me posting about it on all the different social medias. You can definitely find it. Have a wonderful, I'll see you all soon.